Oh, there it is. As I take a drink of coffee.
Perfect timing.
Yeah. Good morning, everybody. I'm Ed Parcaut with Mike Kelly, and we're Real Estate Jerky Daily.
Yeah.
All right. So yesterday, Mike wasn't here because we had to. Didn't have to, but we were asked to be on a panel down at the appraisal convention or something down in San. Well, I don't know what they called it. It was down here in Modesto.
Yeah, it's on my badge.
I could roll up the green screen and find out.
Appraisal Institute of America or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
So we got to share our knowledge over there. Woo-hoo.
Yeah, it actually worked out really well.
It did.
I mean, the biggest takeaway I have from that event is real estate agents, please put in concessions. They want to know.
Stipulate what the concessions were for.
Right. And all concessions. Like
right.
Closing costs, separate them out if you can, so they understand. Buyer paid this amount towards commission, that kind of stuff, right? Seller paid this amount towards buyer's closing costs, that kind of stuff, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
They want it spelled out because the problem is you're not putting it in the MLS for them. And so they have to call you.
Right. And most of you don't return your calls.
Yeah. And you wonder why you're not busy.
Yeah. Well, I got to tell you guys, realtors, appraisers are your
friend.
You have to have a relationship with them, and it might as well be positive. Because when it comes around, they're doing an appraisal for you. They can't bend the rules, but they're going to maybe do it quicker, do a really good job for you because you helped them out.
Right. But their biggest thing they want to know is what concessions are there? Break it down.
Yep.
And also the information on the solar.
Yeah, that's a big one, really.
Yeah, I mean, they need to know this information so they can get the appraisals done. So don't complain. Appraisal's taking 8 days. Well, if you would have this information in there for everybody else, it probably could be done in 5 days.
Yeah, and instead of them calling the solar company and not getting any return calls there too.
Well, they need to talk to people to find out. And
I tell you what, for solar, if the seller's got the contract, scan it and attach it to the listing, even if it's paid for.
Well, okay. If it's paid for, there's nothing to scan.
Well, but what's it providing? Is it saving you money?
What's a milliwatt or gigawatts?
What's it worth? Because if you still have, God forbid, those old Pace Hero loans for solar and windows and roofs, net zero, babes.
Yeah, well, those get paid off when they sell the place because that's an increase in tax.
Yeah,
right?
But the sad thing was they sold those as fully assumable. Oh, the buyer can assume it. Well, no, the lender's not going to let you keep that on the tax rolls.
No, and we could, refinances, everything's a pain. All right, it's really doing pretty well today.
What bond market?
The 10-year yield. It actually hit down to 4.12 this morning.
Whoa.
Yeah, and so as I keep saying, it's slowly going down and not going back up much. So right now we're at 4.14. So we're, negative 4 basis points from the start. We started at 4.15 and we were as low as 4.10 today. That's pretty good. We're hitting our overall, we're at what they would call a crucial technical level. I call it. We're on our way down and we're going to keep going.
Yeah.
Mortgage-backed securities are 6 basis points up. That's overall. It's just slowly going down and staying here. We were at 480 a while ago, so we're about 70 basis points lower than we were.
We're moving on down.
Yeah, and if we keep going and get to 3.65 where we were back in September, get ready, people. It's going to continue going past that, even though the tariffs and so right now, what's going on? The oil prices have declined to $67 a barrel.
Oh,
because OPEC said they're going to gradually increase production starting in April.
Huh.
What they're trying to do is drive the prices down so that all of our companies go, we're not going to ramp up because it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, we can't produce for less than 76 to 85.
Yeah, we actually have to pay our people.
Yeah. they're not slaves.
I didn't say that.
I know.
We got to pay them well.
Yeah, we got to pay them U.S. rates.
Yeah. So yesterday, the ISM Manufacturing Index came out for February, and it came in at 50.3. Lower than expectations.
What is ISM?
That's the ISM is the International Space Station Manufacturing.
Nice. So they're doing 50% more than what they thought they were going to be doing?
No, because they thought it was going to come in higher than that. It's low. They thought it was supposed to come in at 50.4 or something like that.
It came in at 50.1?
It came in at 50.3.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I could come back over here and tell you in a second.
Yeah.
I was just looking at my notes. But, I need Brian Galke to write my notes because he just does amazing
Or your
notes.
ChatGPT. He does good do notes.
Oh, his notes are freaking
Let me try to say that again. He does do good notes, not good do notes.
Yeah. And the new orders on the manufacturing fell sharply to 48.6, but this was likely due to companies front-loading orders in January ahead of tariffs. New orders declined so I didn't tell me what in this report what it was before. Employment with manufacturing also weak, dropping from 50.3 to 47.6, signaling contraction ahead of the key jobs report. I think the unemployed. This is jobs week, people, if I didn't say that yesterday. And so that's just going to tell us where we're going, and we're going to start seeing the jobless claims go up because not only the government's letting people go, Starbucks, all these other companies are letting people go because they want to cut costs and they want to be lean and mean and move forward.
I want to be like Musk. Hey, the other day, it was a sad day. I read this morning early that we lost about 56,000 extreme left Democrats. Trump came out and announced that oxygen was good, and they decided they didn't want any.
The policy right now, President Trump has announced new tariffs on Canada and Mexico, 25%. China increased to 20%, and now they're all sword rattling about all this stuff. And eventually it will work out, just like did you hear that Mr.
Ed?
No, what?
Who? Mr. Ed?
The dude from Ukraine. Zelensky.
Oh, Zelensky. What did he say?
He's called up. I'm ready to do it now. I just realized you just took away all my weapons.
Yeah, nah.
So what they're saying, the big thing about this is they're saying that there's some money lost and they need more money. It's kind of like a Ponzi scheme. They need more money to pay the people that they took the money from before. And that's why they're coming to America for that money. And that's one of the issues.
Did you see the list of senators and the president and the vice president, how much money they got back from Ukraine?
Mm-hmm.
Biden was 94 million.
How do you get back 94 million?
It's money laundering, just like we talked about. And they were just proving. I got to find a list again.
I'll find it and bring it on here.
Yep.
All right. So the other thing that came out is the apartment list rent report. That's what it's called.
Oh,
rents rose 0.3 in February, but are still down 0.4 year over year. Vacancy rates have climbed to 6.9%, highest on record. I think people are moving in with other people.
Yeah.
Just because it was getting so tough there at the end, and still is bad right now. I mean, eggs are expensive. Core Logic home price index remained flat in January, just up 4. That's not even 0.4. That's like 0.04%.
Yeah.
Year over year, home values increased by 3.3%, in line with previous reports. CoreLogic projects that February home prices will be flat, a 3.6% increase over the next 12 months, slightly lower than the 4.1%. Hey, we're still going up.
Yeah.
That's all that matters. This is nationwide numbers, not California, because we go with California.
The question I get all the time is, when do you think you're going to see prices go down? Never.
On eggs soon, I hope.
Yeah. Hey, we got 2 dozen of eggs from Costco the other day for $8.69.
You mean the 24 pack?
Yeah, the 24 pack.
Yeah, so did I.
Yeah.
That was nothing new.
Nothing new.
They finally got some in.
There was some there. Of course, you
know why they finally got
5
eggs?
pack was not there.
They're making those chickens work 24 hours a day.
I know. It's slave drivers. They're putting more protein in their food.
Yeah, they asked, how can we get the chickens to lay eggs faster? And they're like, give them more protein.
Get more of them.
Get them on Ozempic.
It'll stop their cravings and increase their laying. I think.
All right, so
I'm curious about tomorrow's numbers in the county.
Well, I'm sure they're going to be a little bit better.
I think the closing is going to be a little bit better because we had 367 pendings near the end of February. I wonder how many of those actually closed.
I don't know, but if just in the last week or so, rates have improved a little bit.
Yeah,
a little bit, because everybody's, what's the difference? Well, we were I'm just saying Fannie Mae was saying 7.375. They're probably going to be saying 7.125. That's still a quarter better.
Yeah.
Those aren't my rates. I'm not quoting rates. I'm just repeating what Fannie and Freddie are saying.
There you go. So don't sue me.
No, don't send RESPA after me, because, they just got rid of the CFPB.
Yeah, I think they're restructuring it.
Yeah, it's going to be there to go after major crimes, not just after people they don't like.
Giggly fart crimes. Yeah.
All right, so moving forward, get out there and get right an offer, because in another month or two, I think it's going to be pretty hard to get into a house by yourself.
You are going to be competing against all those other buyers. The Peloton is going to catch you.
Yeah, because I have a client up in one of the counties up there. I'm not going to say, so they don't know who I'm talking about. And their house been on the market for a while.
Yeah,
and it's not expensive. But they're like, okay, what's the first time home buyers pricey in this area? And it's like, okay, well, you have a few things against you: time of year, rates,
and insurance
and amount. Well, that too, and then amount of buyers out there on the market, first time home buyers. There's only like 26% of the market is that right now, where before it was much more.
Right.
And so they're like, well, they want to cut the price down to this. And I'm thinking, okay, I don't know if it's that or if it's just those things we just talked about are going against
the things you can't control.
Right. And especially the fire insurance that has been going up and will continue to go up. But if you factor that in with your buyers from the beginning, do a $300 or something a month in an insurance payment and get them used to that payment from the beginning, you'll be better off. But a lot of people don't do that out of the area.
Yeah, I'm get increased activity on that piece of property in Tuolumne that I've had for a while. It was in contingent land for a while, longer than we wished, and then they couldn't perform. So
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I hate when people can't perform.
Me too. It comes with age and. Well, wait, what were we talking about?
We're talking about not being able to
close an escrow.
Yeah.
All right, kids.
I think that's it for me today.
It's for me too.
All right. Thanks for watching us. Thanks for being here.
Peace
we really
out.
appreciate you. And remember, if you're an agent, put the right information in your MLS. And what we mean by that is the concessions.
Yeah.
Who paid for what and what it is. Don't just put a big dollar amount in there. And make sure the dollar amount you put in there, you didn't put an extra zero by accident. And also the
50,000 instead of 5,000.
Yeah. And also the solar information, please put in there. Like Mike says, take the lease, attach it to it, or if it's a contract, put it in there so that the agents,
so the appraisers can see it, and they need that information.
Also, the buyer need to know that information, because if they have to pay an extra $350 a month for that solar, they need to know that up front.
They may not qualify,
and they might just. Yeah, especially if it's a lease, because they got to requalify for that.
Yeah, and a lot of leases in Modesto don't make sense. And
no.
We even have people who sell solar say, "Sorry, in Modesto, it just doesn't really make sense." Of course, he's an honest, wonderful person. And the thing is, you give your TC, your transaction coordinator, you realtors, or they should have all the information. But if you expect your front desk people, provide the information for them and ask them to do that. If you're one of those lazier realtors who, I just have my front desk people take care of that.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Just make sure the information's there for
exactly.
them. Or actually make sure that person's putting in, because it might be there and they're just like, zero's easy.
Yeah, it is easy.
All right. Make it a great day. Thanks for being here before we keep going.
Have luck and fun.
All right. Bye.